Hi friends. Let's start off clapping with Benny Bear today. 1, 2, 3, clap your hands with me. I'm so glad you're here today. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Clap your hands with me. I'm so glad you're here today. 1, 2, 3, wave hello. Hi Benny. 1, 2, 3, wave hello with me. I'm so glad you're here today. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Wave hello with me. I'm so glad you're here today. 1, 2, 3. I am glad that you're here today. I really miss you a lot, and I'm also glad that you are nice and safe at home and having a good time with your family. I'm going to put Benny Bear up here, little Benny Bear next to Big Benny Bear. So Big Benny Bear and little Benny Bear can listen to a story. Oh, I wanted to mention last week, my glasses. Last week I read the book 10 Seeds. It's over there next to Big Benny Bear, if you remember. We read about the sunflower, the 10 seeds that were planted, and the one sunflower that came up. And we talked a little bit about playing in soil and perhaps decorating your own little container to put a seed in. So I just wanted to show you my seed coming up. This I planted a couple weeks ago. So if you planted yours last week, it might be a little tiny green sticking up, and if not, it'll come up this week. It'll be up soon. Just keep watering it and enjoying watching it grow, giving it some sunlight. So still thinking about spring and planting, and today I'm going to read a story called Too Many Carrots. You can plant a vegetable garden as well, right? You can have a little, even if you have a little container garden, it's not too late. You can still do it. So we're going to read Too Many Carrots by Katie Hudson. She wrote the words. Rabbit loved carrots. He collected them wherever he went. And there's his garden of carrots. See the rows of carrots? Carrots and rows. And so the carrots are underneath the soil, and the green part is on the top of the soil. That's what you see growing up. What you don't see are the carrots growing down. That's what we eat. The part that's under the soil, even though we don't see it, we know it's growing. Rabbit was proud of his collection and buried it away in his cozy hole. He buried all of his carrots away, but Rabbit had a problem, a big problem. Wonder what that could be. Too many carrots, perhaps? He couldn't sleep. His cozy hole was too crowded to live in. His cozy hole was too crowded to live in. He had all those carrots in his rabbit hole, in his home. All those carrots. I need a place to sleep, Rabbit told Tortoise. You can share my house, Tortoise offered. It looks cozy and snug, Rabbit said. Maybe it's a little too snug for two, suggested Tortoise. Not at all, said Rabbit. So Tortoise offered to share his home, and his home is his shell. And maybe it is a little too snug for Rabbit and Tortoise. Uh-oh, oh dear, ouch, ouch, oh, crash. Crash. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It was a little too snug for the both of them. The tortoise shell is just meant for one tortoise. Oh dear. Well, perhaps we can stay in Bird's Nest, said Rabbit. My nest is quite small, Rabbit, said Bird. I'm sure we will all fit, replied Rabbit. Rabbit hauled all his carrots up the tree. Whoa, groaned Tortoise and Bird as the branch wobbled and swayed. Whoa. It's a wobbling. It's a wobbling. Do you think they're all meant to be in that nest? And snapped, crash. I'm so sorry, Bird. Now 3 of us don't have a place to sleep, said Rabbit. You can sleep in my house, offered Squirrel. Oh, thank you. Squirrel, how kind of you, said Rabbit. Everyone's sharing their home. Everyone's being so kind and sharing. I don't think any more carrots will fit, Rabbit, said Squirrel. Just a few more, Rabbit replied. Uh-oh, whimpered Tortoise, Bird, and Squirrel. Uh-oh, what's happening? What's happening? Whoa. Creak, crack, crash. There's definitely too many carrots. Now 4 of us don't have anywhere to sleep. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now what are they going to do? You can sleep in my house, called Beaver. It has plenty of space. Great, I could bring even more carrots, Rabbit said with a smile. So now Beaver is offering a place for them to stay. Beaver's little cottage on the river. Beaver, right on the river there. But with all your carrots, we can't fit inside, said Beaver, a bit bewildered. Just then, the rain started. Tortoise shivered, Bird whimpered, Squirrel squeaked. Uh-oh. Oh no. What's going to happen to that cute little cottage on the river? And Beaver heard a terrible rumble as his house collapsed. Oh no, my house, yelled Beaver. Oh no, my carrots, cried Rabbit. And in the river they go. In the river they go. Oh. Let's see what's happening here. Ah! Ah! Crash! The friends groaned as they swept up onto the riverbank. Onto the riverbank. Oh, excuse me. Thought I had a little sneeze come in there. Rabbit felt terrible. His friends were cold, tired, and homeless. And it was all his fault. Even worse, Rabbit still had all of his carrots and his house. And that's when he realized there was only one thing to do. One thing to do. Share everything with his friends. After all, carrots weren't for collecting. They were for sharing. Wow. That's the idea. So Rabbit is sharing all of his carrots, and they have carrot cake. What else is in that picture? Carrot soup, carrot juice. Lots of good carrot foods there. And sharing made everything better. It sure did. It sure did. Good job, Rabbit. Good job, Rabbit. And that's the story of Too Many Carrots. Oh, before we talk about another craft, I was thinking we could do our bunny chant. We've been doing this the last couple weeks. We have, so you should be getting quite good at this. I'll take off my glasses so I can see where my fingers are, and I'm gonna make my bunny ears. Do you remember? Here is my bunny with their ears so funny. And here is her hole in the ground. When a noise she hears, she perks up her ears. And she jumps in the hole in the ground. Let's do it again. And again, parents, different ages, different challenges, so just modify it. The youngest ones, you can make the hole and they can use their fingers. They might be able to get 2 up, and if not, that's okay. Whatever they have. And then as they get older, they can start to do a little more. So many benefits. So enjoy this together. Here is my bunny with their ears so funny. And here is her hole in the ground. When a noise she hears, she perks up her ears. and she jumps in the hole in the ground. Good job, Bunny. Good job, Bunny. So last week when we read 10 Seeds and we talked our craft, we talked about on our artwork and our experimenting. We talked about using paper towels and coffee filters with some color. We made flowers, right? Talked about how to make a flower, and again, just experimenting with the materials, seeing what you can do with them. We made butterflies, right? This is a coffee filter. We did that last week. Paper towel butterfly over here. Lots of good stuff you can enjoy. So this week, still again thinking about flowers and spring, I was thinking we can use so many ways you can make flowers, right? So many. I was thinking about using the what are these? Cupcake liners. The cupcake liners. Do you have any of these around? And if you do, you could use them. There's different sizes. You can put one inside the other. This could be the flower. If your young person is starting to use scissors, this is a good thing to practice. You can hold it for them and they can snip, snip, snip. And again, adjust it for all the ages. The big kids certainly can do this, holding it themselves and snipping, making the petals on the flower. And you could skip that part if they're just not at that point. Again, the idea is to enjoy the materials and make this their own. We were not thinking about having it look perfect at the end. For the youngest children, it's really the process, not even thinking about it, how it's going to look at the end, but just experimenting with the materials and what they can do. So the youngest ones might not be familiar with glue. You could throw some glue down and see they can just blip, 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 see what happens with the glues, what happens when they put this on the glue. Just enjoy it. If you have a glue stick, they love scribbling. It's like a marker for them. And again, as they get a little bit, the different ages that you have in your home, they can certainly enjoy this. All these materials in different ways. And again, you can use different materials. This is just an idea. This is just a starting point. So in the middle for the sunflower, we have the, you can put birdseed in the middle. For them, anything, you can put anything. And if you don't have birdseed, if you have birdseed, use some birdseed, because that lots of times there's sunflowers in the birdseed, but there's different sizes. If you don't have birdseed, use whatever you have, oatmeal, syrup, anything at all. It's some kind of texture for the middle. So that's the flower part. And the stem, again, you can make this your own. For this one, this was done in my class. I have a paint and play class at the Upper Merion Community Center, and for these young people, I provided some stickers. These are foam stickers. They come in foam sheets, and I just cut it up at different shapes for them to do what they like. So they use some triangles for the leaves on the stem. They used a long piece for the stem. You can do that, or you can not do that. You can use dip their finger in paint. They could practice if they're able to make a line down. Just see how that works. It's gonna be all abstract. There's younger kids just finger painting, and then that could represent the stem. Putting some of the cupcake liners on there can represent the flower part. Again, younger ones really process, experiment with what you have. The older ones, if they love working with glue and you have anything around the yarn or anything at all, they can make their own stem and petals. And again, try to remember that Benny Bear, did you want to come down and play? There you go. Remember, this is just a starting point, so enjoy. Another idea, just for playing a nice sensory bin activity, is to use birdseed for a sensory bin. And by sensory bin, I really mean any kind of container at all. Just put some birdseed in there, let them scoop, dump, whatever you have around the house, some kitchen utensils, toilet paper rolls, anything you have. Just look around, and you'll have lots of lots of materials that you can use and put in there, and then just feed the birds when you're done, and the children can see that, or you can make a bird feeder, and the young people could see, you know, what you're doing with all the materials. I did want to show you one more thing before we finish up. I don't know if you remember, do you remember last week, for a couple of weeks, I think I've been talking about those plastic eggs and different activities you can do with them. And I wanted to show you what one little guy, Teddy, what he did. And I love getting pictures of the activities that you do. Again, all these ideas are just starting points, and this is just so developmental and just age appropriate for, do you see that? I know you're seeing the reflection of that. So there you go. There's Teddy. He's scooping up the plastic eggs with just a big spoon from the kitchen. And look, Mom put holes in a box there. So he's having to scoop them up. That's a skill in itself. And then bring them over and dump them into the hole. So many benefits. Such a nice activity. Again, materials you have around the house. Thank you so much for sending this in. And again, just think of it as a starting point. Children will learn. You don't feel like you have to teach for them to learn. They are learning every day. They're constantly learning. They don't need to be tested on, you know, what color is this or what number is that. Just talk to them, have a conversation with them, and you'll see how much they're learning. Just as the carrot underneath the soil is growing, we don't see it, but it's there, it's growing without us checking it all the time. Think of your child's development in that same way. It's happening all the time. All right, let's do a little, you see, I don't know if you could see Lucy in that picture, but Lucy's visiting us now. Lucy's visiting us. Yeah. All right, where's little Benny Bear? We can do a little Benny the Bear goes up and down. Sing a little Benny Bear. Let's spell Benny's name first. We'll sing. I know a bear who likes to play, and Benny is his name. B-E-N-N-Y, 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 and Benny is his name. Here we go. We'll do a little up and down. Are you ready, parents? Bring those babies up and down. You can bring your hands up and down. And big kids, if you're getting those 2 feet off the ground, or if you're just trying to get those 2 feet off the ground, do some jumping. Here we go. Benny the Bear goes up and down, up and down, up and down. And Benny the Bear goes up and down. And then he gives a kiss. Mwah. Should we do some side to side? One side, another side. Again, big kids, you can pick one foot up, pick the other foot up, go side to side. Enjoy any way that's fun for you. Benny the Bear goes side to side, side to side, side to side, and Benny the Bear goes side to side. And then he runs to hide. Whoop! Benny the Bear plays peek-a-boo, peek-a-boo, peek-a-boo. Benny the Bear plays peek-a-boo, whoop, peek-a-boo, whoop, 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 peek-a-boo, whoop, 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 whoop. Benny the Bear plays peek-a-boo. I love you. We take our little hands and clap and clap, clap and clap, clap and clap. We take our little hands and clap and clap. It's time to say goodbye. Some kisses? Should we throw some kisses? Mwah! We take our little lips and we take our little lips and it's time to say goodbye. Enjoy your time at home with your family, everyone. Send me requests or pictures or, you know, things that you're doing at home. And have a great week.